See if it works. I just got the notification, so we're live.
Great.
John, could you take the standing by sign away? Yeah, okay, hold on a second here. Be careful, don't rip anything. Okay, I'm gonna try, thank you. Got you back on. Thank you very much, John. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, whoops. It's so humid. Boy, I'm sweating here so much, it's incredible. But welcome to Isolating Together, Great Small Works Online Toy Theater Festival, Part 6. Amazing. All the other previous 5 parts are on our Facebook page, maybe on our YouTube channel. And this one will be on the YouTube channel after the performance today. And now we would like to present to you Great Small Works co-artistic director, Jennie Romaine.
Hi, everybody. It is a great pleasure to not see you tonight. I mean, I'm seeing you spiritually. I'm feeling you spiritually, but I can't see you. I cannot wait to see you because I'm sure you're gorgeous. You know, seeing and being seen, those are some of those great pleasures of being a human being. Speaking of being a human being, I hope everyone's doing great tonight. Whatever that means, you know, relatively speaking, to your situation. And I wish you all well-being and health. And I'm here tonight to kick off this splendid feast of marvelous shows with a statement that addresses world building, which I guess is what toy theater is. The creation of total worlds with the love and the details. And we wanted to read a statement tonight that connects this concept of world building in theater to world building in the bigger world, which we're all part of. And we were encouraged by some chums who will be performing tonight to actually make a statement, because though it may be implicit in what we do, it's not explicit. And sometimes it's really important to say it out loud, to say it proud, so that other people, you know, can find a constellation and also build and move. So this is a statement about Great Small Works' full support for the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm going to read it. It's in English. Great Small Works is fully in support of the Black Lives Matter movement and honored to bring all of our creative and communal power to the struggle for justice, safety, and well-being for all Black people. We are grateful for the brilliant, multi-generational leadership of Black organizers and look forward to following their lead in the work of transforming the world. We commit to deepening our abolitionist study, to sitting with discomfort, and to reckon with our collective past, a task, in the words of Professor Angela Davis, that should have happened 150 years ago. We will try many things. We will put our bodies on the line. We will join the fight against white supremacy from our homes in all the ways that we can. We will continue to make art and regalia for street protests. We will donate to Black-led organizations and continue to partner with colleagues in many different Black communities. We will cite the layers of Black aesthetic and political wisdom that have always informed our work. We will maintain our open studio space, building stories, as a place where movement art and exploration of all kinds can happen. We want BIPOC puppeteers and others and makers of all kinds to specifically know the space is available to them. Finally, we encourage all puppeteers to feel they can use their skills in this moment to be solid co-conspirators in building Black liberation. We know this liberation frees us all. While we may not have huge financial reserves, we are wealthy in experience, success, and failure. We have methods and models to share with our community, and we'll keep our website, greatsmallworks.org, and our other social media sites updated with materials that embody Black Lives Matter values. To the best of our ability, we will make ourselves available to communicate with folk who have questions or want support in building their own movement engagement. During the evening, we'll be dropping in more links and other inspirational things to help build this participation. But In the meantime, please enjoy this marvelous show. And here we go.
Thanks, Jennie. That was profound and cool and thoughtful. I appreciate it. I would like to add that tonight Great Small Works invites you to support the creativity of Black, Indigenous, and people of color puppeteers directly. All of tonight's show proceeds will be donated to the Black Puppeteer Empowerment Grant and Creative Research Residency under the leadership of program mentor Brad Brewer, who performed with the Crotations at our December spaghetti dinner at Judson Church, by the way, through an initiative by Puppet Showplace Theater in Brookline, Massachusetts. Awesome. We see the larger goal to be bringing more resources to the field of puppetry in general and to removing obstacles to participation for BIPOC individuals. To quote Grace Lee Boggs, "We are all part of the problem, so we are all part of the solution." Please donate to, show the card, John. Okay. Please contribute at this spot right there. We appreciate it right there. And now on with the show. First, a puzzle, a rebus, a puzzle in which words are represented by combinations of figures and individual letters, by Great Small Works member Stephen Kaplin, and from Chinese Theater Works, the amazing Kwang Yu Fong. Rebus, rebus, rebus. That's it.
Hello, everybody out there in the social distance stratosphere. I am the spirit of Toy Theater Festivals past. And I'm here tonight, to give you a introductory rebus. So, here we go. Are you ready? Oh, wait, excuse me. I'm not being shared. Oh, that's so disappointing. Share. What? Oh, very well.
You were fine before. Now
Am I fine now?
You're fine now.
I'm fine. Excellent. Here we go. Okay, a rebus. Well, according the letters, the appropriate letters, bring in the T.
Tea!
Oh, very good. Now bring in the A. A very strong A. Bring in the L. Uh-huh. Bring in the O. And bring in the S. Oh, very good. Now bring in the I. I said, bring in the I. Oy veyes mir. I so late again. I, get in here.
Sorry, I'm late.
I so late, and why is I so late?
I was late because I had to gather up the twos.
Oh, I so late because she had to gather up the twos?
Yeah, that's right. They're really, really hard to handle.
Well, bring them in.
Here, twosies, come on in.
All right, bring them in. Bring him in. Sometimes these twos are very difficult. Ah, there they are. Very good. I think we have all the pots we need. Let's see. Okay, we are ready for the Rebus Anthem. Are you ready? Let's tune up. Me, 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 me. I so late. I so late. I so late to gather. Yes, it is achieved. I hope you get the meaning, get the drift, all that stuff. And now, okay, little people, dismissed.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
And now, I shall turn the emceeing duties over to somebody who does it much better than me. The brains behind this outfit, Professor John Bell, PhD. John Bell, take it away.
Well, he's not here
Oh,
now, but I am. Thank you, Stephen. I got that rebus. Isolate together. That's the name of our show. And now for our first proper toy theater show presentation in Kinship Fellowship. It's Lilah, Akins, Devon, Kelley-Yurdin, Emilia, Dahlin, Cory, Tamler, Jennie, Hahn, Darren Ranko, and Tyler Ray. The fellowship is a collective formed out of a year-long research and creation process that followed the tradition of Wabanaki guiding. The Wabanaki are people from the Northeast around here, connecting Native and non-Native people to place through experience, language, and story. Those guides and thought partners include Jennifer Neptune, James Francis, and the Penobscot River watershed in Wabanaki, Maine. Aguiden, the medicine tree vessel that carries our relatives. That's the name of the show.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Makes me want to go to the nearest river and jump in. But here in Jackson Heights, there aren't any rivers around here. Only the East River, which is actually an estuary. But that's beside the point. Here we are in the Gallery of Toy Theaters, and we are going to have a traditional style paper theater from Germany now. The Haases Papiertheater from Germany with Zeppelin. The Graf Zeppelin, the largest airship in the world at the time, started passenger traffic between Germany and the USA in 1928. Some of us might remember that. And many historically proven facts form the background for this exciting and entertaining paper theater performance. The story is purely fictional, but not unlikely, because the mentioned bank slump actually happened in Berlin at the same time, and the gangsters who had already been arrested and to be released due to lack of evidence for their escape to America, they take an extraordinary vehicle.
Haases Paper Theater from Germany present a short version of their play Zeppelin. Berlin, 1928. Anna Weber and her son Max hear of a bank robbery which took place a few streets away. Suddenly, a traffic accident happens. When the policeman determines the identities, he suspects that some men might be the wanted robbers, but he cannot prove it. Hannah and Max receive a call from America. Hannah's brother Willie has become president of Coca-Cola, and he invites Hannah and Max to visit him in New York. He also wants to pay for the trip with a very special means of transport. In 1928, the Zeppelin starts passenger traffic between Germany and the United States. In addition to Hannah and Max and many celebrities, a few strange characters come on board under the wrong name. The onboard radio operator hears from the Berlin police who these characters are. They are the wanted bank robbers. The Zeppelin runs into a severe storm as it travels across the Atlantic. This is how we made the moving clouds. The scene looks very peaceful, but a drama takes place in the Zeppelin. The bank robbers took Max hostage. The hostage takers demand impunity and an unimpeded onward journey to South America. But the robbers' plan doesn't work. The Zeppelin reaches Manhattan, while the overpowered and tied-up bank robbers are waiting for extradition to the New York police. Hannah and Max safely reach the destination of their trip. They marvel at the huge skyscrapers. In honor of the airship crew, New York even hosts a confetti parade.
Wow. That was amazing. I really loved that a lot. The Zeppelin flying across from Berlin all the way to New York City. Wow, now that's toy theater. Wait a minute, I have to adjust this a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm so embarrassed. Here I am with my boat at the canal. This backdrop was actually given to us by our good friend, Norman. Now, Norman Frisch is a fine toy theater aficionado with a good taste for canals, which this is. Next, Maria Camia from Brooklyn, New York. She still intends to have her sci-fi spiritual full-length puppet show at Dixon Place in September called New Money. When she appeared in one of our earlier toy theater festivals, I think this might have come up. This is a filmic version of her first performance called Transmutation Station's Boob Radio. Please enjoy the ritual. Maria Camia.
New Moni, September, Dixon Place 2020. I'll be there. Greetings and welcome to Boob Radio. I'm your host, Left Boob, your body's all-seeing eye, and we'll have a great time as we perform this exorcism. Open your third eye and imagine the world falling apart. Or just look out your window. Imagine the world is crumbling right before your very eye. Yes, feel the immense release of unuseful systems cracking, crippling at their core, shredded cheese, fax machine, pepper sister, queasy bird. I love you. Feel the confusion of the ego mind and now release it into a flushable bucket. For you love yourself more. Now, because you are a divine flower saint of the highest council of this well-versed multi-universe, you now imagine exactly who you want to be after this breakdown. Let's all do it now within the song of giggles. 5, 6, 7, 8. And remember, a centered mind will score the highest prize for all. Shake it fast and wash yourself. More breath, more awareness, more fun, more abundance. Until next time. Until next time.
work by Maria Camia is always extraordinarily interesting. I think it has something to do with the water in Brooklyn. If you like what you're seeing this evening, and we hope you will, there's much more to come, of course, we hope you will please make a donation at this site. Bring in the card, John. Okay, seems good. All right. greatsmallworks.org/donate. And all proceeds from tonight's show will go to the Puppet Show Place Theater's Black Puppeteers Empowerment Grant. Thank you. I think this will show up in the chat column on the Facebook feed. You may take that away, John. Next, a show all the way from Hawaii. Okay to Be Scared is part of Honolulu Theater for Youth's series, The Highway, which was created to support families and children through the COVID-19 pandemic. The song is written and performed by Maki'ile Ishihara, with puppet manipulation by Eric West. Editing and live action animation by Gerard Elmore. Puppets and puppet scenery designed by Lynn Jeffries. Okay to Be Scared.
Monsters chasing me, or I can't breathe. Dark things try to take me away or hurt my family. The dark, what's inside? Bad things can hide. I don't like this feeling. I want it to go sometimes it keeps us safe. Scary can be fun, curious to see, like a haunted house or a scary story. Fear helps to face the challenges every day. Tells me try again a different way. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be unsure. It's okay to be brave and face all the bad things in the world. It's okay to just be and take things at your pace. Sometimes fear can be fun, and sometimes it keeps us safe.
All the way from Honolulu, and now to beautiful Baltimore. Is that Baltimore? Or maybe it's Cincinnati. Well, whichever. The members of Houseboat met in Baltimore, but are now scattered between Baltimore and Cincinnati. This is their second short show with us. Sophie Schiff and Yates Godfrey present Tutu Fish and the Tapping Tuna. Please welcome Houseboat.
Tutu Fish, world famous ballerina. Tutu Fish, you've made another $1,000. Congratulations. Bob, there's something I gotta tell ya. What's that? Well, what? There's no easy way to say this. What? I'm kind of tired of ballet. I feel like I'm floundering. What? Yeah, I just feel like I'm past my prime. You could almost say washed up. Since when? This is the pinnacle of your career. The world is your oyster. I think I want to try tap. You gotta be kidding me. Nope, this is the real deal. You've always been a ballerina. I can't sell you as anything but a ballerina. Tutorfish, why, you don't even have feet. How would you know? We're officially done here, and I'm kicking you out. And I'm getting a new agent. And who would that be? My shelf. The Tuna Siblings Tap-A-Palooza. This Saturday, that's today, at the Salmon Saloon. Why, that's right here. Don't mind if I do. I'm hooked! I'm hooked! Arabella, no! How will we ever finish the show now? All right, folks, I guess that's it. We've lost our fifth member. The show simply cannot go on. Unless there's any fish here who can tap. Well, it was a pleasure seeing you all here tonight. Wait,
Thanks for...
Don't stop that show. I can tap.
What's going on? Oh, here we go. Yes, beautiful tapping fish. And now, Siena Mayers, a teacher, activist, and multidisciplinary artist living in Lake Worth, Florida, currently one of the epicenters of the COVID virus outbreak. The Red Line is a shadow puppet show that traces the history of a different virus that plagued us for some time and the striving for a brighter future. Very different from the one back here. Siena created the show with the help of fellow local artist Jill Lavetsy and features excerpts from the music by Boba Louie and Siena. Here it comes.
That was a great show, I think. Yeah, it was. I like that show a lot. I'm back in Vermont here. I'm going up to the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont to see if I can see my friends at Bread and Puppet Theater. Brought my tent and my throne, which I like to sit in from time to time. Take in the air. Up in Vermont, I've sometimes seen our next performers, Lynn Jeffries and Paul Zaloom. This next piece is by Lynn of Echo Park and Paul of Eagle Rock, both in the City of Angels. You will now witness the 4th episode of Lynn and Paul's Santa Claus series, episode 0000. Earlier episodes you've seen right here. Now, after 0000, they're working on episode 1 and beyond. What's the difference, you ask? Why did they start at 0, you wonder? Well, a little bird told me that they decided their COVID-themed episodes would be numbered in zeros. And once they felt like they beat that thing to death, they'd move on to other jolly subjects, like starting with episode 1.
Hiya from the North Pole. Okay, so the weather forecast says we're gonna get a light dusting of snow. Oh, goody gumdrops. Followed by blizzard conditions. I'm dreaming of a white... Oh, it's time for the quarterly meeting with my top management of my eggnog conglomerate. I better make like a Norwegian and ski-daddle. Hello, Your Grace. Hiya, Your Highness. Good morning, Lord Claus. I've been checking our eggnog sales, and I've noticed a very steep decline since December. What the sham hill is going on here, people? It's July, Your Majesty. Uh-huh. And your point is, warning! Auga, auga. Virus. Auga, auga. Oh, jeez. Now the computer has a frickin' virus, too. I better disinfect the screen. Yeah. Ah, lemony fresh. So, people... Oh, that one there doesn't look so hot. Who, me? Hold still, Toots. What? Oh, you cursed brat. Look what you've done. I'm melting. Whoopsie daisy, sorry about that. Oh, yowza. The virus is taking a toll. Who's that? I don't know. Who's sniffing us? Wonder why. Yeah, what are you doing? No. What are you doing? Ow! My face! Hey! Oh, no. What are you doing? Oh, my brain. Hey, it's mostly us brown eggs getting the virus. Why, I didn't even notice. What a surprising and inexplicable coincidence. Actually, Your Eminence, it's not a coincidence, it's systemic. Systemic? Dagnabbit. That is a problem. Here at Santa's Eggnog Conglomerate, we are committed to keeping eggnog on tables across America today, tomorrow, and every day, and the day after that. At the core of our mission is an ongoing focus on the health and safety of our Santa's Eggnog Conglomerate family members. That's you! Oh, brother.
Excuse me, do you work here? Oh, I don't recognize you.
Yes, of course I do, Karen.
I don't think so. I think you're trespassing. You're Zoom bombing.
What?
Let me speak to your manager.
Karen, I'm your manager.
Oh, Doris, of course. Did you change your hair?
No, I did not change my hair.
Can I touch it?
No, you can't touch it.
Oh my God, I just realized. I'm so sorry. I hope that a few mortifying seconds in a lifetime of 40 years will not define me in your eyes, and that you and I can have a long, in-depth, emotional conversation about race so I can feel better.
No thanks. People, I think we've lost sight of the terrible tragedy of the loss of our Shantish Eggnog Conglomerate's family members. Let's make positive change out of this tragic situation. Egg in a basket!
Well, here I am. I decided to make a position. Here I am, Stephen Kaplin, and a very quick rebus here for our mutual enjoyment. Let's see. That's a panda. Yes, it's a panda with a microphone. So it must be, let's see, DJ, Panda Mike. His name is Mike. No. Pandemic. Ah, yes. Okay, pandemic. Got it. Okay, that was good. And now, Kate Brem is performing live in Brooklyn. Yay, Brooklyn. This is the first draft of a piece she's working on called Prison. Kate will be teaching an online course this August titled Making Magic with Toy Theater. Yeah, we're into that. You can take it too. For more information, will be available tomorrow at www.katebrem.com. And now, Kate Brem.
End of slavery. Created in economic debacle, free labor disappeared. But white people had an idea. They invented some new crimes that only applied to black people. The white people also proclaimed that black people had a natural proclivity to crime, which made them easy to accuse. With convict leasing, the problem was solved. Free black labor was provided just like before. Many companies enjoyed this very cheap labor. The profits to the country and the economy became clear. There have been threats to this system over the years. Short time or being let out early for good behavior produced labor shortages. But over the years, the system solved that by incarcerating more people for longer periods of time. And thus, the prison industrial complex was born. Which still exists today.
Wow. Kate, that was awesome, and it was live from Brooklyn. Even better. Well, a couple of displaced New Yorkers, Kathleen Doyle and Krista Haxthausen, quarantining on both the East and the West coasts, found a way to get together in an empty wine box. Kathleen is providing the visuals and the storytelling, and Krista is bringing the original score and sound effects. Inspired by Dr. Seuss and his metaphoric Prairie of Prax, this is their version of the Zacks.
The Zacks by Dr. Seuss. One day, making tracks in the prairie of Prax, came a north-going Zacks and a south-going Zacks. A north-going Zacks and a south-going Zacks. And it happened that both of them came to a place called Boat. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face. Look here now, the north-going Zack said. I say, you are blocking my path. You are right in my way. I'm a north-going Zax, and I always go north. Get out of my way and let me go north. Who's in whose way? Snapped the south-going Zax. I always go south, making south-going tracks. So you are in my way, and I ask you to move and let me go south in my south-going groove. Then the north-going Zax puffed his chest up with pride. I never, he said, take a step to one side, and I'll prove to you that I won't change my ways if I have to keep standing here 59 days. And I'll prove to you, yelled the south-going Zax, that I can stand here in the prairie of Prax for 59 years. For I live by a rule that I learned as a boy back in south-going school. Never budge. That's my rule. Never budge in the least. Not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stay here, not budging. I can and I will, if it makes you and me and the whole world stand still. Well, of course, the world didn't stand still. the world grew. In a couple of years, a new highway came through. And they built it right over those two stubborn sacks and left them there, standing, unbudged in their tracks. The end.
All right, that was quite exciting. And now for some more death-defying, I will do this fabulous feat. And this little car will go around here, up, make a super 360-degree loop, and land over here. On second thought, maybe I'll just introduce the next act. Yes. Eliana Stinky is a puppet artist living in Worcester, Mass. This piece, La Ciencias para Todos, is in support of the Movimiento con Seca, Massachusetts, who are currently leading a days-long encampment outside the State House demanding driver's license for all undocumented immigrants. Eliana, take it away.
La comunidad inmigrante indocumentada en Massachusetts necesita de una licencia de conducir para manejar sin miedo. Nuestra comunidad está cansada de mentiras y de ser usados por los políticos solamente en sus campañas electorales. Por más de 15 años, el tema de las licencias de conducir para indocumentados en Massachusetts ha sido solamente una falsa promesa. La comunidad inmigrante está venciendo el miedo. Líderes del movimiento Cosecha y comunidad en general están saliendo a las calles a demandar este derecho. Se han realizado caminatas por las licencias, vigilias, campamentos y una huelga de hambre, la cual hizo presión para que la propuesta de ley de licencias de conducir saliera este año por primera vez del Comité de Transporte. Nuestra comunidad necesita las licencias de conducir para manejar sin miedo, para evitar que más familias sean separadas y deportadas por manejar sin una licencia de conducir. Nuestra comunidad necesita una licencia de conducir para viajar a lugares de trabajo, llevar a los niños a la escuela, ir al doctor y, por qué no, visitar a otros familiares fuera de nuestro estado. Nuestra comunidad paga taxes, trabaja duro, somos trabajadores esenciales para el desarrollo social y económico de este país. Somos un pilar de desarrollo. Nuestra comunidad indocumentada merece una licencia de conducir y por eso seguiremos luchando y creando poder popular, además de organizarnos para lograr nuestra victoria. Licencias sí, promesas no.
Hi, everybody. Jennie Romaine here again from the Lower East Side of Manhattan. My light's not great, but these shows are amazing. I'm just back again to remind everybody that tonight, all the proceeds from the show are going to an amazing fellowship and cohort for African-American and other BIPOC puppeteers. And everything it's at the Puppet Show place. There'll be a link in the Facebook chat for how to make donations, but I'll just remind you, it's at www.greatsmallworks.donate. And I'm also here just to remind us all that La Lucha Sigue, as that last show just taught us. And a major thing that's happening now is that the resources and leadership around transforming the culture are as plentiful and of as high quality as the struggle we're in. So in the latter part of the program, we're going to be dropping in lots of links to resources and also some things on the Great Small Works website that may share some methodology because we're seeing so many awesome examples tonight. And our new website also features a lot of cool techniques and tricks and things you might want to think about applying. I know people were very excited about dealing with redlining at a puppet show and right on. it's like these tiny theaters are totally powerful. But I shan't say any more except to say we're all in it to win it. And we're not new to it, but we're true to it, as they say. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the show, and look for those links in the Facebook comment section. Back to you, MCs.
Wow, thanks, Jenny. I got to arrange the backdrop a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh my gosh. I'm feeling a little bit more refreshed here in the coulisses, the legs for a outdoor toy theater show. Thinking of what Jenny said, I was very impressed with the wall of moms in Portland, Oregon yesterday. All of the moms who came out to protest the use of federal agents in Portland. I may be digressing a bit, not too much. The next show is by Cole Father Industries from New York and Illinois, presenting Garden of Myself, a story of a leader who puts himself before all others. Garden of Myself.
I am here as president to proclaim before my country and before the world. My Mount Rushmore will stand forever as an eternal tribute to my forefathers and to my freedom. When my army had dwindled to a few thousand men at Christmas of 1776, when defeat seemed absolutely certain, I took what remained of my forces on a daring nighttime crossing of the Delaware River. I am an architect, an inventor, a diplomat, a scholar, founder of one of the world's great universities. I am the savior of the Union. I am a self-taught country lawyer who grew up in a log cabin on the American frontier. As a lieutenant colonel during the Spanish-American War, I led my famous Rough Riders to defeat my enemy at San Juan Hill. Those who seek to erase my heritage want my Americans to forget my pride and my great dignity, so that I can no longer understand myself or America's destiny by toppling my heroes of 1776. I believe that my children should be taught to love my country, honor my story, and respect my great American flag. I harnessed the electricity, split the atom, and gave the world the telephone and the internet. I settled the Wild West. I won 2 world wars, landed my astronauts on my moon, and one day very soon, I will plant my flag on Mars. I am signing an executive order to establish the National Garden of Myself, a vast outdoor park that will feature my statues. Applause. My fellow citizens, America's destiny is in my sights. America's heroes are embedded in my heart. America's future is in my hands. And ladies and gentlemen, my best is yet to come.
Oh my gosh, look what time it is. I better get going. And come in. Aha, yes, here we are in, it looks like beautiful downtown Williamsburg, or maybe it's Dumbo, I don't know, in the near future. Well, Patrick Costello is from Brooklyn, and he says, I made this after thinking about how I'm no longer interested in getting my slice of the pie, or even in a bigger slice of the pie. I think this pie we've all heard about is yucky, when we should all commit to making a new pie together. Thank you, Patrick. I'll take a slice of that.
A. Apple pie. B. Bit it. C, cut it. D, dealt it. E, eat it. F, fought for it. G, got it. H, had it. I, inspected it. J, jumped for it. K, knelt for it. L, longed for it. M, mourned for it. N, nodded for it. O, opened it. P, peeped in it. Q, quartered it. R, ran for it. S, sang for it. T, took it. U, V, W, X, Y, Z all had a large slice and went off to bed. Aghast, A screams out of anger so deep, because B has succumbed with barely a peep. C cries, despondent, wondering why this persists. D disappears inside, doing what the internet insists. E explains that this too shall pass, and F ferments a fecund, doughy mass. Inspired, G gestures wildly, gleefully jumping around. H howls with excitement, a heart-opening sound. I links up with J, for we are stronger together. While K gussies up in their finest, and in their cap puts a feather. L catches on, helping F stretch the dough. M and O prepare ingredients, settling into a flow. P, Q, R, S compost the stale old slices of pie. We don't want this failed experiment. If we keep eating it, we'll die. TUV agree with Nina. Goddamn, can't you see? Tomorrow really will be the 22nd century. WX pull D away from the screens, reminding us all to put down our machines. Y joins FLMN to light the oven ablaze. Then Z sets the table, making space for new ways.
Thanks, Patrick. That was awesome. Now, a lot of people are experimenting with toy theater, like Patrick in Brooklyn. That's really great. A lot of people don't know that paper dolls, like these French ones that you can see behind me, are kind of, in a way, part of the whole toy theater world. I hope these images are okay. Leah Ogawa is a puppeteer based in New York City, but currently in Houston, Texas. She performed a piece in one of our earlier toy theater festivals. This piece was made with John Chow and inspired by interviews conducted by the Houston Asian American Archive Project at Rice University, Leah Ogawa and John Chow.
My grandfather came from Japan in the early 1900s.
My great-grandfather made the decision to,
My grandparents
come to Texas.
came to the United States. So my grandfather on my dad's side actually was a stowaway on a ship. So he was 10 to 12.
Have trouble with getting our rice industry going up because we have hurricanes, and you Japanese, you have lots of typhoons, which is similar, but you produce lots of rice. So they took from West Coast, they took a train to Houston, and every time it stopped, and well, not every time, but when they were hungry, they would take turns. One would run out and buy bologna and crackers and get back on the train. So by the time they got to Houston, they were pretty constipated. Railroad company was very eager to help the Japanese rice farmers. So the railroad, what's his name? I can't remember. Well, the railroad people helped them select places to grow rice and make their farms. They bought some land, but for starting the farming, they borrowed money. So half paid in advance, and after the harvest, they would pay the other half. So that was the first year. That was how they did it.
Well, they were in turn as Americans, as Japanese descent, in a camp in Colorado for about 3.5 years. Okay. And it was a very tragedy for them because they were only allowed to carry 2 suitcases.
She was interned in Roar, Arkansas during World War II, and she was 17 or so, and then she got...
Imagine that you can't speak Japanese in public because you would be sent to an internment camp, right? Or at least... so when that happened, they took everything and burned it. So any pictures of Japan, any writing, any pictures of the emperor and the empress, books, all of that was burnt.
Internment during the war, they never mentioned it to me.
No.
They wanted me to assimilate in America, speak English, have American friends, and they never criticized the United States government for their internment.
Mm-hmm.
And after I grew older and learned of what happened, of course, I had, sad feelings for them. Well, at the beginning, of course, my mother and father struggled very.
So they started from scratch.
Started from scratch and then built their way up several years later. So we introduced a lot of Japanese culture, and so I'm very proud of my mother and father because being the first Japanese restaurant and a great location, the Galleria area, we exposed a lot of Japanese culture to historians here, longtime historians.
So it's about now, instead of assimilating, is how do I integrate myself into society, into business, into work, and at home brought up in. And yet is a culture of respect. You don't speak out. You're quiet as a mouse. Right? You're to be seen and not heard. And you don't brag. So, it's very hard, I think, for Asians to recognize that and to change. I think they do.
And didn't think anything about Japan. I thought Japanese culture was backwards, But as I grew older, I appreciate the beauty of the culture. I mean, it goes back how many thousands of centuries and stuff like that. And so that's one benefit I learned from my mom and dad is to appreciate the culture. I want young people to be proud of their culture. Being proud Asian American, there's nothing to be ashamed of, and so, like I said earlier, you need to be visible in this community and have friendships with people, let them know that, who you are, and that'll eliminate a lot of stereotypes. So I'm depending on young people like you to continue that.
I see. I see. Yes, this has been one amazing toy theater festival. So much amazing work. And now we have something else from up north in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. Love and Caitlin Rossdane McNamara in Nature's Fighting Back. Come on, twos, let's go. Let's go up to Glover. Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
In a world where greedy corporations pollute the earth.
Take that, the ocean.
And the cries of the people go unheeded.
Hey! Take that, snowflakes.
An unlikely hero rises from the depths of the oceans. This is nature. Fights back.
Ding, ding. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I'm gonna hit him real bad. Boing, 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 boing,
In this round of Nature Fights Back, we go to the White House, where something seems a little fishy, and someone else is feeling kind of salty.
And so, I have deducted that as the waters around the globe begin to heat up from the effects of global warming, and as ocean pollution causes bodies of water around the world to contain less and less oxygen, this combination will only lead to radioactive, supercharged, pissed off jellyfish ready to take over the world. Mr. President, you can do something to stop this madness. Oh no, we're doomed! Let's get them jellies! Whee!
The jellyfish are quick to take down the powers that be, starting, of course, with the war machines of the world. They clog the nuclear power plants of Scotland, Sweden, Japan, California, and Israel, flinging their glutinous bodies into the cold water intake pipes by the tons. But it wasn't enough. No, not for the jellyfish. Off the coast of Australia, the jellyfish bring the USS Ronald Reagan to a standstill.
Captain, look!
It can't be.
Whee! Oh, but it is!
I say, what's the meaning of this? I'm the captain of this vessel.
I'm the captain now.
Looks like I'm in a boatload of trouble.
Whee!
Fish sticks! And in opposition to police states everywhere, the jellyfish sting and incapacitate 127 police officers in Manila during a counter-terrorism exercise.
Sorry, boss. I thought this was a sting operation.
Let's get out of here.
Remember, kids, no corporation is too big and no one is too powerful for the masses of jellyfish. Whee!
Wow. Live from northern Vermont. I love that live performance of the toy theater. I didn't know that about the jellyfish. Next, ladies and gentlemen, is Kalon Sherrard from New York. Ease, wheeze, and its gird up your loins. After a decade of mind-numbing dedication to a strictly non-narrative practice, this is the debut of a traditional classical fairy tale puppet show from Enormous Face. If your neckties are beginning to smolder from anticipation, feel free to let a few baubles of spittle dribble down and land on those eager embers, and prepare to be whelmed by Unmaths. Music by Asya Sorshneva. Physics by Kalon Shh.
So we've been all over the world, as you can see. Yes, we've been there, and we've been there. We've been here. We've been over there. And now we're going to Boston, Massachusetts, where the 13 Pratt Theater Company, who is Rainier Pearl Stiles, Nick Chieffo, and Riley Fox Hillier, a group of ex-roommates who have sadly been separated due to capitalism. Their other interests include, but are not limited to, chocolate chip cookies, yum, pocket trumpets, yay, playing two square, and homemade orange cello. Now, their other productions also include A Midsummer Night's Sock, Parts 1 and 2, Quarantine Kitchen, and Anthony Toot Toot. You see, they've been very busy, I can tell. This is the 13 Pratt Theater Company's Skeleton Soiree.
Wait, all right, let's go, people. We don't have all day. Jeff!
Rolling.
Oh.
We're live.
Reporting live from Florida, Florida, I'm Lerida Flarida with Channel 4 Local News. Today, I'm at the Skeleton Soiree, the hottest event in town. Of course, it comes with a pricey entrance fee. Death. This festival is held once a year, and due to the current health crisis, I decided to come here and interview a couple of folks who were impacted by pandemics in their lifetimes.
I'm from Fair Oaks, California, and I died of the influenza back in 1919. I had to be inside all the time, and when I went outside, I had to wear a scarf on my face, and they didn't even, match my hats.
It's a tragedy. What was your biggest challenge during your lifetime?
Honestly, Lerida, I would have rather, gone out and had some fun before I died. Having to stay inside all the time, hella boring.
I was just about to play Polonius in Hamlet. Not just any Hamlet, Burbage's Hamlet!
Oh, wow.
It's lonely being dead, Lavender. But not as lonely as being in the theater during the plague. But every year we get together for this thing. This year we spent a whole $175 on the tent and the canopies.
How does this...
We even splurged on the big head.
It was 1985. BC, of course. Frogs everywhere. They were sure loud. Ribbit, 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 ribbit all night long. But it wasn't always a bad thing. For the first time in years, I had food security. They just kept on coming, those frog legs. Fry 'em, bake 'em, choke to death on 'em. That's what I did anyways.
How does this year's soiree compare to years prior due to our current situation?
You mean the social distancing? I have to tell you, Lerida, it hasn't been much different this year. Because, well, you know, we're dead already.
Thank you for joining me tonight as we continue a centuries-long tradition. Signing off from Florida, Florida, I'm Lerida Flarida. Thank you and stay healthy. Back to you, Frank.
Right.
Am I done? Is it over? Okay.
Wow, that was really great. 13 Pratt Theater Company, Rainier Pearl Styles, Nick Chieffo, and Riley Fox Hillier. I liked that. Plagues in the Past. Wait a minute, we have to arrange this a little bit. Oh my gosh, John. Oh no. Oh, okay. Is that good? Excuse us. We've come to the last show of the evening. Our friends Andrea Lomanto and Steve Yanko make art and music in New York City as part of a legacy of creative resistance. They will now present to you Times of Certainty.
We are living in times of certainty. It is certain that we must nourish our community-based care, and resistance. It is certain that we won't let normal to exist again. Without justice for all. It is certain that we still have to protect our waters and lands. It is certain that Capitalism is breaking. We get to build what comes next. It is certain that you are needed. Be of service when you can. Rest often. It is certain that the sun will continue to rise. Offering us a new opportunity to try again. It is certain that the love I have for you ain't going anywhere.
Thanks, Andrea, and thanks, Steve. That was really great. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of Isolating Together, Great Small Works Online Toy Theater Festival Part 6. Wow. So you can see the other earlier parts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which constitute, I guess, over 100 different new toy theater shows that have been produced in the past couple of months. Check it out on our Facebook page, maybe on our YouTube page. Before you go, please put a few coins in the donation hat to support the Black Puppeteers Empowerment Grant at www.greatsmallworks.org/donate. Thank you, John. And before we go, we would like to now bring in to the giant Zoom page on the interwebs all of this evening's performers to bow so you can give them a hand. Thank you very much, everyone. Hooray.
Cello.
They want to see you guys on the
Yay!